Hello? We are going to have to deal with this laggy sound, unfortunately. I've been trying to fix it, but it won't work. Very sad. But we'll do what we can. Alright, let's continue. Our story so far. Layton and Luke remain mystified by the local citizenry's terrified reactions to the professor's hat. While working their way through town, the pair receives a second letter from Luke of the future. Following the instructions in the letter, the pair heads to a hospital located on Auckland Lane. Didn't I tell you not to talk to me? Didn't I? Get out of my sight. Alright, dude. Hi there, you're Max, right? Ding ding ding! That's correct, but how did you know my name? Because they told us who you were. Invalid answer. So Bossy Becky sent you. You must be staying at her hotel. Ding! Yes, we are. Tell me, is that the arcade back through that arch? And does the arcade lead to the station? Ding ding ding! Yep, that's the arcade. If you walk all the way through, you'll hit a big street. That street is called Flatstone Street. The subway station is on the north edge of Flatstone Street. Okay. What do you think you're looking at, Shorty? Oh, hello, sir. Didn't we just see you out in front of the hotel? What hotel? I've been posted here all day. Not that it's any of your business. I'd sneak off if I could, but if Bostro found out, he'd have my head. Yikes. I guess I thought you were someone else. Have a good day. Not so fast, kid. You're the one who wanted to talk, so no running out on me. Standing around all day hasn't exactly been a thrill ride. Let me bounce a puzzle off of you. Wow, this audio is really getting to me. What day is it, too? If 7 days after 70 days ago was a Sunday, 7 days before 70 days from today is what day of the week? Okay. If 7 days after 70 days ago is Sunday, so 77 days is Sunday, which means day 1 is also a Sunday. 7 days before 70 days from today is what day of the week? I'm pretty sure it's Sunday.
This one's as good as solved.
Let's go.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
That's it, Sunday's correct. 1 week is 7 days, so if you're ever asked what day was X days ago, or what day is X days from today, as long as X is divisible by 7, the answer will always be the same day as today. Bah, you solved it already? Great. Now what am I supposed to do to keep from nodding off on the job? Okay, I actually cannot deal with this sound. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm going to switch games, and we're gonna see if that'll do anything for us. Let me see. Can I play Star Rail? Will it let me? We will see. Let me see if this loads. Hi, Gray. We're suffering through some tech issues at the moment. How are you doing? Hang on, my chat boxes. Painting a ribcage onto a denim jacket? Ooh, how fancy. Are you gonna post it somewhere when you're done? I wanna see it. Is this going to let me play? Yes. I would like to see. Worst comes to worst, I boot up Ace Attorney and we just continue from game 3. uh... Come on, game. Really making this sense forward, but I want to be fancy and edgy. Yes! As you should. As you should. Okay, yeah. Something tells me this ain't gonna work. So, I guess we're just gonna go back to Ace Attorney, which is fine. Love me some Ace Attorney. I will have to adjust some audio, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Okay, wait. Game. Okay. You can hear that, right? Is that too loud? Or is it okay? Probably a bit loud, okay. Is that better? How's that? Bit more down? Okay. Is that better? Okay, good. Let me just update my stream title. Sense of deja vu, hi kimono. Yeah, Layton was not happy with me today, so we're gonna be continuing Ace Attorney instead. Let me just edit stuff. Where did I save my live thumbnail? Do I not have it here? I guess not. Editing where? Editing stream title. That's where. Okay, whatever. We'll just keep the thumbnail for now. I'll change it later. Okay, I think new game is what we want. Alright. Here we go. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! It wasn't me! I didn't... I didn't do it! My baby! My Feeny! He's so little! 5 years earlier, Mia Fey's second trial. Phew! It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my labels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have. I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you so nervous. You see, the poor young man is in the pink sweater. Oh, you see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there. He's our client. Yeah, he's so cute. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yup, it'll be fine, no prob. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. Feeny, he's baby, he's so little, look at him. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc said this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time, I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, his hair! I forgot he looked like this. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes. Well, you see... Why'd you make him sound like Yoda? If you hear his objection, you'll understand. Looks like I could shift into tribe with this hair, for real. Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there, right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll be all over soon. What was that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me? Now, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. Sorry, Mr. Payne, can I borrow your pompadour? I need a parallel part. You know, at least it goes away someday. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Payne got Riz. He definitely has something. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. Big Pharma did it. Solved the case. Yes, good job. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Alright. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question, I thought, might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. A perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of this case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? The court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. Thank you for that, Mia. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Ain't no way she didn't read the record. She is She is not doing well today. Date and time, death, April 9th at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. He's so wide, he should be called Mr. Fridgeberg. He is built like a fridge, it's true. Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer me, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed tab here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation, electrocution, and hypothermia. Amazing. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clear as the trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? They died in water, otherwise known as drowning. This is true. I think... Oh, I guess there's no water here. So close yet so far, but yes. Looks like one of those door stoppers that go doing when you smack it. Oh my gosh, yes. That's so true. What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. Is he, though? They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, and then shove it in the old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Yeah, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. Time to go look at the profiles. Marvin Grossberg, age 61, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, age 21, my client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Now, Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Winston Payne, age 49, the prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Interesting. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tab, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? The cause? Her. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Oh, is it? Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she had some part to play in this story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself. Well, Miss Fay? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. Call Feeney to the stand. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. He's so cute. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect. No, it means what you did before you were arrested. Oh, achoo, achoo, achoo. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swap, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. British wannabe? Phoenix? I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. It is the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright. Tell me you haven't been lying. Did she not go to law school? Is she dumb? Yeah, probably, honestly. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? It's either that or she's so nervous that she's forgotten everything she's learned, but this is crazy. Hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right! I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Choo! Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. Got him. For real? This is so sad. You knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe. Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. Where? Where, Phoenix? Where? That's why. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor. Your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Why is everyone dumb? Trial number 1, everyone has no brain cells. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg. Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia. Check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I could do it. I can handle this myself. You must have tried to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia. One more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. Okay. Present photo. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. He was right there on his back. Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey! Wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Yeah, Phoenix, what's going on? Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. What? No, my baby. Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand? Called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Sir? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. he lost it. Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What is this? In the victim's hand. It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. What time does it say? That's 12, so it's 3? A little after 3? Yeah, okay. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright? 3:05-ish, yeah. Do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Oh. This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor hemorrhoids. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that is completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Achoo! 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 I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell any more lies. He's cooking himself. He really is. He's not good at this. Okay. Let's press everything here. Had you ever met the victim before then? No! Never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What? What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dolly Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IBU. An alchemist? I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details. About the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right! And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables. Yeah. There were electrical poles set up all around the building. High-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally. I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it you were talking about? You know? Achoo! That maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Boy... So you say you went back? Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right. I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Boy. Achoo! Achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals. So I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. That's for sure, facts. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest! Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is... You're correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. I mean, there's an umbrella right there. But I don't know if that's what they want. We'll try it. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve this mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that. Girl! Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. This is the... Yep, okay. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? There's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? I mean, surely the plug. Well, naturally, it's right here, or not plug, the wire. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable? Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. Achoo! Which is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, Leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. That's crazy. Order, order, order. That is enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg. My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor. This time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Holden is right. How dare you? Do you have something further to add, Miss Fay? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute! Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further. I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. The dramatic fall is crazy. Why are you sweating, Payne? What you just said. Was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. But as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please! Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fay? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. But I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. When I pushed the victim. That guy. He was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Ace Attorney Harlem Shake reference, for real. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back. But he was just lying there, dead. Disappointment. So sad. It's dating itself. My cat is lying across my desk. Oh, cute. Give her pats from me. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock. And that, as they say, is that. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. She's in your way, oh no! Can you move her? But from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. A nuisance? No! Surely not. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. She purrs. Cute. If there'd been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Is that how you spell doofus? I always thought it was double O in the front. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yeah, that's how I thought it was spelled. Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. How to spell doofus. Give me the tea. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yup. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just... Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy. He just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. Light, gentle shove, huh? And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen? Right! There was nothing like that at all. But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. I heard some kind of loud noise. Okay. A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. You said your predicament in DMs. I will check it later. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. His spine. Clearly, Your Honor. It was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been... Yes? Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? Did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Oh my gosh. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye. What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Yes, sir. Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell on top of his cheap umbrella. Okay. Ah. He is not on top of his cheap umbrella. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on. If I'd mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. Order, order, order. The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where's it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Umbrella owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. He was on top of it, bro. What are you talking about? According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial. But as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! That's right. I must say, I still find it hard to believe. A huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Phoenix's testimony. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. Afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? That's right, she was there. I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Yas, Queen. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I could start to relax then. Huh. What a roller coaster of a case. It's crazy, and it's just the beginning. Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Oh, Phoenix. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure. No problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer. On the side. Anyway, how could you be a lawyer on the side? What does that mean, Phoenix? One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present. I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present, a small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah! She's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne, 8 months ago. Just popping in to say you noticed the image. Oh yeah, I couldn't change the thumbnail because I don't have one for Ace Attorney at the moment. Thank you for letting me know, though. I'll change it after the stream ends. Also, welcome. How are you doing? It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Happy National Hamburger Day, and it's also World Hunger Day. Huh. What an interesting double holiday. I'm glad to hear you're doing alright, though. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases. Am I correct? An article from August 28th, almost 8 months ago. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like the recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. Our recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Okay, I think we're gonna save, and it's early, but I think I'm gonna end stream here, because this game is lagging too, and I don't like lag. It's pain. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming. Hopefully it'll be better next time. We'll see. Yeah. Alright, guys. Bye-bye.